I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned. Doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant, doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned how to snowboard, also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see the terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Give Them Lala podcast, whether you're listening or watching now. What's up? It's sad. Today, Easton is in Utah.
I know, I hate it. It used to be just us two, and now without Easton, it feels not good. It feels like
it feels
empty.
a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sad, like sadder for us or sadder for him that like we're doing this without him where he's in Utah.
Probably sadder for us.
I talked to him. I was like, "Do you miss it?" He was like, "No."
The podcast or Miss LA?
No, that Miss Utah. Do you miss being there? Like you're there, you get to go home, and he's like, "No, it doesn't feel like home." When you're family, like my mama says, the home is where the heart is.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're all out here now.
Yeah.
So he will be missed today. He comes back tonight. Jessica, how are you doing today?
I'm so good. I'm 32, so this is fun.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I said on last week's episode that it felt weird and I didn't know how I felt turning 32, but it feels fine. It's an ugly number, but it's fine.
Cuter than 31, as we talked about last week.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hear about
I'm saving it. Yeah.
your birthday.
You guys, I'm saving it for the ache and relief section. I haven't told Lala. It's a thing.
The birthday was on Saturday. I was so bummed because I really thought that I would be able to like make it to your birthday. We film on Saturdays. And then I got my call sheet, which actually comes to you too, of like where I need to be. And I was gone from 10 a.m., you guys, to literally 10 o'clock at night. That was like the longest filming day I've had in many years.
Mm-hmm. That's the most packed I've seen your schedule for filming. Ever.
Well, I'm so excited to hear about your ache and relief.
Okay.
I want to talk every time I ask my people, like, what do you love talking about on this pod? And everyone always says ocean. Now, it is a bummer because I don't think people really get to see me as a mom. So really, it's just stories. I want to get Ocean on the pod just to like say what's up real quick. So we're going to definitely do that one day.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Ocean and Lisa. Like, Ocean, come on.
Those are the guests.
We need them.
They're both stars. So I was with Ocean in her room the other day and we were like doing our bedtime routine. Everyone knows I'm obsessed with a good routine. And I'm trying to have Ocean know her routine as well because I read online that the most important time of a child's day is the first 3 minutes after they wake up, the first 3 minutes after they come home from school. Ocean's not in school yet, so maybe after nap time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first 3 minutes before they go to bed. Those are the most important minutes of the day for a child.
Wow.
So we do our whole thing. We read the book. We say our prayers. She knows the drill. But during this time of getting her in her PJs, she comes up to me and holds my face in her hands and says, "Mama's so cute. I keep you?" And I was like, "Yes, you get to keep me forever." And she goes, "Okay." Comes back to me, holds my face again, puts it on the forehead, and she goes, "I love Mama. I keep you?" And I said, "Yes, baby, you keep Mama." And she says, "And sealed with a kiss," kisses me on the lips, and goes, "True love." I go, Ocean, she's 2.5, y'all. Maybe a little over 2.5. I'm bad with math, but a little over 2.5. And I'm like, Ocean, where did you learn that? And she told me she learned it on Frozen from Elsa.
True love's kiss.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of every Disney movie.
Right.
I think she's sealed with a kiss. But I'm like, I remember that being sisterly love. Do they seal it with a kiss? I don't know.
She is, and I say this every time, but every time I see her or hear her, she's a genius.
Yeah.
She's an angel.
Yes.
She's a comedian
Correct.
and she's an entertainer.
She's going to be a star.
She's a star already.
She's already a star. She's got main character energy. And what's hard for me, and you'll get this when you're a parent, right? Like I look at Ocean and I'm like, she's developing her personality, right? She's communicating. I take her to the pool. I take her to the pool often, and she always wants to kick it with like other kids. Like she's very, very social. And there were these two little shits. And I'm only saying this because of what happened, all right? It's a brother and a sister at the pool. Ocean wanted to play with them. So I said, okay, baby, go swim with them. And she was a little nervous. She kept telling me to come with her. And I said, you're a big girl. Just go and start playing with them. Ask them what their names are. So she toddles over with her little life jacket on, gets in the pool. I can tell they're like assholes.
Okay.
They're mean. I don't like them. Sister and a brother. So I go over and get in the pool with her and we're swimming, whatever. And she's looking over. She clearly wants to participate in little kid fun that they're doing, splashing around. So she swims over to them and says, come jump, come. And she walks up the stairs to go to the edge. And I watch the little girl look at her little brother. She goes like this. They both go underwater and swim far away from her, so that she doesn't know. When I tell you the level, I'm definitely getting arrested when Ocean goes to pre-K. Because if these kids are so freaking mean. And in that moment, I was like, I am giving my child a sibling.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Did you say anything to the kids? Where was the parent?
The mom was reading a book. And I didn't want that smoke. We're filming right now. I get the smoke often. I just didn't want to deal. It was I'll play with my kid, but you two, if your mama wasn't here,
Oh, no.
it's on. It's on.
Not with the kids. Leave the kids out of it.
Hey,
no.
You're mean to my kid? Fair game.
Because Gigi was there, right?
Gigi was there.
And Gigi didn't say anything.
I was actively telling my mom, bite your tongue.
Okay.
They were about to see Vanderpump Rules Lala real fucking quick.
No.
I was so upset about it, Jess. I actively had to, stop myself from crying.
Did it affect Ocean, though? Or does she not really notice when people are mean just yet?
She didn't see them swim away or anything and you distract or whatever. We got out of the pool and she wanted to go back and play with them again. So I said, we're going to go eat cookies. Remember, mom promised you cookies. I was like, that'll distract you. But I'm like, you're not. And I also don't want to say to my child, they don't want to play with you. Because I would never want to feel like she's unwanted by anybody. You're a star and anyone who gets to hang out with you is lucky.
Lucky.
Yes. Their loss. Little assholes. I was so angry about it. Anyway. Little shits. We went back, devoured Milano's cookies.
Love it.
Watched, all the music videos in the world. She loves taking the dogs out to go potty. It's she's such a goer, you guys. And I'm not a goer. I'll sit on my ass all the live long day if I could.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. I think you are a goer just because you work so much. But when you have the opportunity to relax, Gigi's a goer.
Gigi's a goer. And it's the littlest things. They're I'll go take the dogs out.
Yeah.
I'll go do this. And it's little things where I'm no. No.
I'd rather not.
There's so many new Housewives to watch.
Right.
Who wants to do that? So she always wants to go down to take the dogs. And at this time, she wanted mom to come with her and Gigi to take the dogs out to go potty. Bella goes out, who's 100. Okay. It's my mom's little Pomeranian. And she's literally, I feel like I have friends in this camera.
I love that you're looking at the camera. No, you do have friends.
No, I know.
Anyone
I feel
watching
they're
you.
all here.
Yes.
We're all just hanging out. My mom's Pomeranian who's 15 and she's going blind.
She's a toothpick. She's toothpicks with fur.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a supermodel, right? She's got these long, she does not look like a Pomeranian to me, but we shave her like a lion and she's kind of going deaf as well. But she goes potty and Ocean's very into thumbs up right now. She was like this. So Bella goes potty and she goes, good job, baby. sweet baby Bella. And she's like this in her face. Thumbs up.
Wait, I love that. Give one to your friends.
We do it all the time. She loves that face. I can't.
That's so
I can't
cute.
breathe.
Oh my God.
She is a star. So we do that. We come back because, again, my child, in my eyes, was just traumatized by these little bullies, right?
Yes.
So mean. So I let her stay up a little bit later. My daughter is obsessed with music videos, okay?
Mhm.
She's very into, so as you know, Swifties in town.
Right.
Taylor Swift.
Yep.
I'm not a huge fan of Taylor Swift. Well, I wasn't. Not because I just didn't like her or her music. Her music hits. I just didn't ever really listen to her music. My daughter is a proud Swiftie, and I am so thrilled about it.
She is? Because I haven't seen the Swiftie side of her. I've seen the Elton John side. I've seen the Pink side. What does she like?
She has become obsessed with Taylor Swift, and I'm so happy about it. And I think because Ocean continues to watch her music videos, I'm like, damn, this song's a banger.
She has so many bangers. Do you see the parents? This is the cutest thing. Going to the concerts with this is going to be you next year, with their little ones who are like diehard, screaming and crying Taylor Swift fans. And they have the t-shirts that say like, I'm a Swiftie mom, I'm a Swiftie dad. It's cute.
I have chills as you talk about it right now.
So cute.
So LA is utter chaos right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Swift's in town. I mean, I walked over to the Grove the other day. I was like, why are there so many tourists? Everyone there with their Taylor Swift merch on. So I was invited to this concert and I declined because I was like, it sounds fun, but like this should go to someone who's like a diehard, right? Like I don't want to take up a spot for someone who like really loves Taylor Swift.
Right.
And now I'm feeling like I have FOMO that I didn't go.
I am so sad that you declined it because I think you would have had a blast. It's a whole production. It's not just a concert. It's like a thing. I don't even know what to call it. Production.
Well, did you see that she gave like, I think it was between $50 and $55 million in bonuses to like, it was like drivers, just anyone a part of the production team for this tour.
A queen of our time.
No, so clearly I've been obsessing and talking about her often because she's all over my algorithm now. It's all Taylor Swift. You should see my saved area of just all of these words of wisdom that she spews. I'm like, this is like fantastic human being. And I am so thrilled that my daughter is listening to her music.
Yeah, that makes me really, and I've heard she's always been like that because when I lived in Nashville and she was just coming up, she used to do things like donate huge amounts to the library and a lot of things for the city of Nashville, which I believe she still does because she used to live there full time. So she's kind of always been that way, which is amazing.
You can just tell that her soul is good. And Emily Ratajkowski, or is that how you say her name? Ratajkowski?
Yeah,
I don't know.
like
Emrata was saying that like she was not a fan, and then she went to her concert and became completely obsessed. And she was like, honestly, if you don't like her, like you're kind of unintelligent.
I feel that. She's like a magical human. Oh my God. That's who Ocean's gonna be.
Taylor Swift?
Yes.
You're telling me my daughter that I created in my stomach is going to be a Taylor Swift?
1000%.
I did tell my mom, I was like, by the way, the moment that Ocean can start, because Ocean can carry a tune.
I know.
She definitely can. When she can actually speak. Singing lessons, piano, violin, you're going to be a star, baby. You're going to be a star. You're going to be everything I wanted to be and never became.
We've got a stage mom over here.
1000%.
A Kris Jenner. We love it. I love that.
Yes, minus the sex tape.
Oh, okay, good.
That I will not stand for. I refuse. Refuse. Minus the sex tape.
The sex tape. Good.
Yeah, Ocean's gonna be Taylor Swift. That's been established. Whoa. I am taking her to the Pink concert though. She's been watching. She loves Pink from the time she was a child, literally 7 months old.
Yeah.
Pink got us through a lot. She loves Rocket Man, but Pink, I'm taking her on October 5th to the concert. I think I need to get those little earmuffs maybe.
The big ones, they're so cute.
Yeah. And Pink, I highly doubt you listen to this, but if you do, I am begging you to please perform Cover Me in Sunshine, because I don't think anyone understands what that song did for my kid, me and my mother. When we left the house almost 2 years ago, really had nothing. I was rebuilding. And that song we listened to with Ocean every single morning. And it's basically about how the world has been spinning forever. All is good. It's going to be okay. Like, it was the anthem. We started our day with that song every morning. You know, Jess, you appeared and we're dancing in front of the TV. Me and my mom sobbing our eyes out. And Ocean, that was really the first song that she listened to where she was introduced to music.
Over and over, I have goosebumps because that was such a beautiful time. And she would
Dance.
little Bean,
Mhm.
too small to be dancing. How is she dancing
And
right
so
now?
bald.
It's so bald. And I have so many cute videos, we'll go through them, of you and her just biggest smile on her face, bald head, dancing away to that song, to
Yeah,
that Pink song.
The first little tune that she sang was in that song, that na na na
Yes.
or la 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 or something like that.
La la. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Aw.
very excited to start really introducing her to performances, not just the music videos. Pink is going to be her first concert. I'm like, wow, you a cool kid.
She's a
Right?
cool kid.
And it
Yes.
makes total sense that she would be obsessed with Pink because she's such a badass.
Mhm.
My daughter, for so long, I was like, I'm not having a boy. I cannot have a boy. It seemed like after I had Ocean, I'm like, they seem very chaotic and just a lot. I look over the other day. Ocean is with Summer Moon. Summer Moon's standing there being the little sweet pea that she is. Not that Ocean's not, but she's the little daredevil. Ocean is grabbing her play chairs and putting them together by the ball pit for them to jump in. She tried head first. I was like, no, no, no. Jumping into the ball pit off of these chairs. What are you doing at 2.5? Being like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab those chairs, give us some leveled upness to get us really down into the most shallow ball pit in the world.
No, she is such a daredevil. When I was babysitting her that one night, she, in the living room, moved. I didn't allow her to do this, but I'm sitting there watching her, and she moves the ottoman. Lala has a couch. She moves the ottoman out of the way, starts stacking up the pillows so she could jump in. And it just without asking, she's building, and I'm like, what are you doing, babe? And she's just stacking up the pillows and then hops up on the couch, gets ready to jump. And I was like, whoa, okay, and I let her do a couple guided jumps. But I'm like, damn, I wouldn't even do that.
Well, at least she's preparing me that if my next kid is a boy, I kind of know the drill.
Yeah.
Right? I have been to some pretty incredible weddings over the last few years, including Sheena and Brock's in Mexico last summer. And that one was truly beautiful down to the last detail. And I know exactly what it took to make it the perfect day. And I also know that when you're getting married, it's not just about the big day. It's all of the days along the way, and Zola is here for all of them. Zola has your back when it comes to save the dates, invitations, and even thank you cards. You can include a picture on your invite and even a QR code for instant RSVPs. Make it super easy for your guests to say yes. Zola also has a great gift registry that offers a zero-fee cash option so your guests can make a contribution to the honeymoon or maybe a down payment on a house or whatever you and your soon-to-be spouse are super passionate about. I love being able to celebrate couples that way. And then there's the Zola Wedding website, the perfect place to include all the important details of the wedding, your own personal love story, and maybe even an introduction to your bridal party. The options are endless. But the website will probably save you a lot of the headaches and hassle by having everything in one easy place. So if you're planning a wedding, do everyone a big favor and use Zola. Your guests will love it almost as much as you do. Start planning at Zola.com. That's ZOLA.com. Give Them Lala is sponsored by BetterHelp. Sometimes in life, we're all faced with really tough choices, and the path forward isn't always clear. Whether you're dealing with decisions around your career, your relationships, or anything else, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life, so you can move forward with confidence and excitement. Trusting yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, you should give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, so it's convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GTL today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GTL. My legs feel so smooth, and your legs can feel that smooth too if you get an Athena Club razor. You will be obsessed just like I am. The water-activated serum on Athena's Club razors means zero razor bumps on my skin and no gunky buildup on the blades. The serum also has shea butter in it. Your skin is going to love that. Athena Club razors are super cute and come in so many different colors. There's coral pink, sky blue, rose, midnight blue, and one in all black. I've obviously got the all white because you know how much I love a clean, crisp look. And with Athena Club, you never have to think about blade refills because you choose how often you want your replacement blades shipped to you. And you can even find them in Target stores nationwide. You can pick up new blades whenever you need one. The best part? The Athena Club razor kit is only $10 and comes with 2 blade heads, a magnetic hook for the shower, and your choice of handle color. I love the shower hook because I can store the razor super high and out of ocean's reach. So switch to the better razor and show your skin that you care with Athena Club. Get started today by shopping in-store at Target stores nationwide. Just head to the shaving aisle to find the razor kit, cloud shave foam, wax strips, and razor refills. Your skin is going to thank you. One funny Lisa story before we dive into segment 2 of all things like reality TV.
Love it. We need a Lisa story.
So I was telling my mom, like, I'm warming up to dating and how I want to go about it. And like, I think I'm going to do Bumble. And we're just having this conversation. She's like, oh my gosh, like, it's so great to hear you talk about wanting to possibly date again. And she was like asking me, like, why would you choose Bumble? Like, don't you meet guys like in the DM? And I'm like, that don't work out. That work out with a quick hit. Sometimes not even an orgasm. Like a buzzkill all the way around, you know?
Sometimes a 40-second event.
Sometimes you get Mr. 45.
Mr. 45, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No, I refuse. So I'm telling her about Bumble. I'm like, I just like it. I feel like I'm going to be safe on it. Like safety is a priority on Bumble. I love that it's female driven, that I, you know, kind of wear the pants. That feels natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, would you ever want to sign up for Bumble? And she was like, I mean, it sounds like a lot of fun, maybe, but I just feel like I'd be bombarded. Lisa's worried that she's going to be bombarded by all these mans.
And let me tell you, that is a good worry because she would be bombarded.
Facts.
Especially if she put her real age. Are you kidding me?
I know.
People would be like, first off, she's lying. She's saying she's older than she is. Second, who is this queen of a woman? And I will wine and dine her.
I know.
All the live long day.
You're right. She could be bombarded on Bumble.
Would you be okay with that? Her being like,
I think I could warm up to the idea.
okay.
I think I need to pray about it, actually.
Pray about it.
Yeah, let me pray about it. Okay, so I want to dive right in. First of all, let's talk about this. My mom loves to show me depressing things on the gram. I don't know why, but her most favorite thing to do. So she's showing me that at Westfield Mall in Century City, the Gucci store got robbed.
Heard that.
It was insane. Like watching, and so many people were like, why is no one doing anything? It's like, why do you think? There's many things that could go wrong if you try to like save a bag. Who cares? They wiped them out though. Did you see the store?
I did, and I heard this a couple years ago, but if you're ever watching a robbery of like jewelry, goods, anything, the last thing, this sounds so like duh, but the last thing you ever want to do is try and stop them.
No,
let them go.
Let them go. Could you imagine? They could have weapons on them. Like, let them go. Anyway, Then she shows me another robbery story. There's this place. It sounded like it was in Northern California. There was a robbery at Heller Jewelers. They took over $1 million of jewelry. They took a Rolex that had a tracking device in it and ended up catching these fools. Okay. So then it got me to thinking, designers, like bags, clothing, any of these designer stores, they should put tracking devices that are removed after the purchase in all the bags. And if you try to remove them, it completely ruins the bag.
I love that idea, and I don't know why these items are so expensive. They're luxury items. Why wouldn't it's not like, it's gonna be cost nothing compared to what the item costs to put the tracking device in.
Right. So I
Huh.
was thinking, why don't they do that? Like implant it into the bag. I don't know. Just a thought. Gucci, you should have done that. Should have had that.
All of that, yeah.
There's something about watching people like steal shit that makes me very uneasy.
Pisses me off.
I'm like, I don't like this. What are we doing?
No. Ugh.
Have you ever stolen anything, Jess?
Accidentally stole a lollipop. I was 6
Oh,
and I
we
got
talked about
grounded.
this. Yeah, your
Yeah.
parents
Have
like
you
scolded you.
Yeah. I just took it. I mean, I was like, how about you? We
Um,
talked about this, but
I
didn't
feel
you
like we
steal
did.
something on purpose? Or no? Like when you were little? Why do I remember like
I feel like I may have talked about. I took like a choker that it was not. It was I was modeling,
Okay.
and they had this as one of the looks, and I was like, damn, this is kind of cute. And then I took it, and like literally the next day, all the jewels fell out.
That's what you get.
Easton told his robbery story.
Yeah, he did.
Women's earrings.
Oh, women's
He was
earrings.
banned from Fashion Place Mall. Anyway, let's go into Real Housewives of Orange County. So, not much happened.
Okay.
Have you been watching OC, Jess?
Okay, you guys, I want to say not OC, but last night I was laying my head down on my pillow. I was comfy, and then eyes popped open, and I said, Real Housewives of New York.
Oh no.
And I ran out in my living room and I turned it on.
What time?
I mean, I had a long weekend, so it was like 8:30 or 9.
Okay, I feel less badly
It
then.
wasn't like 1 a.m. I watched it was live streaming, but I watched or whatever the half of New York episode 4 and then all of episode 3. But let's talk about OC.
Well, OC, it's fine that you didn't watch. Not much happened. I was hoping that at the beginning so tonight will be a new episode. So 2 weeks ago, the tail end of the episode that we talked about was, I hope that Shannon Bedore's, like whatever was said that Heather repeated
Yes.
is talked about.
Was it?
No,
Oh.
it wasn't. But Shannon kept saying he's very, very private and like this will ruin everything. They still didn't say what Heather repeated. But obviously Shannon was very shook up about it. And like, I don't know how I feel about people dating reality TV personalities when they want their business more private.
Okay, that's interesting.
I just feel like if I sit here and I'm like, I hate sports, I cannot stand them, I wouldn't go like find an athlete.
Really?
Or if I was like, I hate talking about finances, like I wouldn't go find someone who's in finance. Like, do you get what I'm
I
saying?
get what you're saying, but on the opposite end, would you want to date someone who's like, I love Bravo and reality TV?
Well, that's why I wanted to get your opinion because that actually scares me.
That's
Then
horrifying.
if I date someone who's like, yeah, I would film, it's like, why?
Yeah.
No.
Why are you so into and same with sports. Of course, I don't know if I'm not a sports guy, but I might not want to date or be with someone who's like that sports chick who's like at all the games and obsessed because I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know."
Wow, you just made way more sense. You're right. You're absolutely right.
It's a spectrum. You don't want to date on either end. You don't want to date the obsessed, but also the hate. You don't want to date someone who's like, ugh, reality TV, disgusting. You'd be like, okay, it's my job.
It's my job and I'm
Yeah.
offended because it's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
you just made all the sense. I think what's hard is you have to find the person to vent to who's not on the show with you. And I always say I feel like that's why Vanderpump is different than most shows. Is there are many conversations that all of us have had that we just know real life works this way, right? Like I'm not going to go out and repeat every single thing that someone tells me. There are things that are meant to stay just between two people,
Right.
right? These are your thoughts, and if you choose one day to share them, then like that's on you, but I'm certainly not going to go and like ruin a friendship or put you on blast when I know you're telling me this in confidence. And I know that all the viewers are probably like, no, that's so boring. But at the end of the day, nothing lasts forever. And I would like to know that my friendships will.
Mhm.
So I think the biggest mistake was you don't tell your deepest, darkest secrets or, vent about your relationship to someone who's on the show with you,
Yeah.
especially Housewives.
Mhm.
Because here we are. It's been repeated. But why has it not been talked about yet? Are we ever going to know what it is that's so bad?
I mean, reunion time, surely. But do you think we'll have to wait?
I think we may have to wait.
Really?
Yeah. Or it'll come out further. We're halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So that happened, or I guess it didn't happen. Again, not much happened this episode. Jen and Ryan came face to face with Eddie and Tamra. They talked about the dick pic
Yeah.
and the cheating on Ryan's end. All is good for now. I will say, there's something about Ryan's eyes that I do not like. They seem a little dark. And you know what I've learned?
Hmm.
When you're talking to someone, you have to look at what their pupils do. Because I was listening to this behavior specialist. She works strictly with like narcissism. And when the pupil dilates, it means that it's almost like an animal who's going in for the kill. They get like really big. So like if you're looking at your partner and you're talking about something like where you want truth to come out of it and their pupils start doing something funky, just be aware of that because it means they're going into fight mode.
Oh my God, I've never heard that before in my life.
Yeah.
Wow, because I've talked to like women or met new women and talked about certain stuff or had deep conversations, and all of a sudden I'm like, what is going on with our pupils?
Like, what are their eyes doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it gets really scary. He has some eyes that I feel like I've seen before.
Uh-oh.
I've seen them with other men on reality television who have turned out to be not great guys. So just like be aware of that. I'm not wounded or scarred. I'm
Hey,
just telling you to look out for some pupils.
you call it though. The second you call something, I go, okay, I better listen because
Wait, really?
yes, learning from experience. Are you kidding me? In the over 2 years that I've worked for you, you call something and then it happens, or your gut, or you go, I should have listened to my gut. My gut was telling me this. You've got intuition like your mom.
Yeah, but can I tell you where the fine line is having your experience define you and have it be the end all be all in every situation. And I think that's what I'm really, really trying to work on is I don't want to go out into the world and have my experience define how I interact with everybody.
Right.
I don't want one little thing in someone to go, this reminds me of this. I don't want to be triggered all the time.
Yeah.
But it is hard. I also don't want to be stupid. If you just like ignore your experiences and if you see parallels to be like, no, I'm not wounded. I'm going to ignore this. Then you cross over to being stupid. It is a fine line.
Yeah. Yeah. It's another fine line because we're all life is us reacting from past experiences, whether it's good or bad or learn, like we're living and just living from past experiences. That's like learning. That's history hopefully doesn't repeat itself. If it's negative, that's all kind of life is. So it is a fine line. I get it. But you're also, I mean, a lot has happened for you in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So you're just processing. Everyone processes different things at a different speed. I get what you're saying. And maybe you're at the point now where you're like, okay, I've processed, I've kind of let some of it out. I've gone maybe a little too far this way. So now I'm going to reel it back and actually take a beat and think about these things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also think like when it comes to all of the women on OC having stories about Ryan, and I get it, like Jen wants to protect him. She loves him. Love kind of blinds you. As cheesy as that sounds when they say like love is blind, it absolutely is. It's like blind, it's deaf, it's all of the things that where like you literally don't see reality for what it is. So I get where she's at. But I just think like where there's smoke, there is fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of how I feel about Lizzo right now.
Tell me your feelings on Lizzo because I was catching up on TikTok, all the stories, and they aren't looking great.
Well, let's
Yeah.
sidetrack for a moment.
Okay.
Never liked Lizzo. I feel like I never ever said that to anybody because I feel like people would clutch their pearls and be like, you don't like Lizzo? I never liked her. I didn't like her music. There was just nothing about her that like drew me to her as an artist. And so when I saw all of this stuff come out, I immediately thought to myself, where there's smoke, there is fire. People don't just say things like this,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people have said, obviously, she's under a tremendous amount of fire right now. But people have said it's her management team that's to blame. That is such a crock of shit. It would be like me, Jess, and my team or whatever, the team that I have, and you coming to me or something and saying like they did X, Y, and Z. I would never let it slide.
Right.
They'd be done. Like, I run shit here,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
Like Lizzo, you're the boss.
Yeah.
What you say goes. So you can't blame it on management because you're in charge of all of that.
Yes. And surely you've heard, let's say worst case scenario, her management were monsters behind the scene. It doesn't go, it's not like she would never know or never, you hear about those things.
Well, and I also think that as the artist, and yes, I can only imagine how busy you are, but I imagine that Taylor Swift's dancers feel comfortable enough to come up to her and say when they're uncomfortable. It's your job to create a positive work environment for everybody who is in your camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
The job is already stressful enough. There's hundreds of millions of dollars that are at stake and people putting money into you, your tours, your performances, whatever it may be. There's no reason why your backup dancers who are literally on stage with you couldn't feel comfortable enough to come up to you for 2 minutes and tell you like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know Johnny is making me do X, Y, and Z and I feel extremely uncomfortable." You call the meeting, you say, "Johnny, this is fucked up. You got to go."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm on the opposite end of you as far as liking her. I loved Lizzo.
Really?
I did. I loved her. I thought she was just a bad bitch, so confident. I was like, yes.
Loved all of that.
I just loved,
Loved all of
yes.
that.
And I loved her music and I loved all of it. So the second the first story came out and it started getting traction, I was so disappointed because I was like, this is going somewhere. Like, this isn't just a one off, like one story, too. Like, this is going somewhere. And that's super disappointing because I've always loved her.
How do you feel now?
I mean, I'm keeping up with the stories, but it's just disappointing. I'm just disappointed. All you have, one of the main things you have is how you treat people in life and how you interact with people. Like that is, we're all humans.
Well, once you're like done on this planet, no one sits there and they're like, that person was so rich. Right?
Exactly.
They'll talk about your music, but really it's about like how they were as people.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I've experienced when I, am talking to friends or when someone passes who is like an icon, it's about the art and how they were as people. How is she going to get rid of this?
I
Like this
know.
is going to be on her forever.
How is she gonna come back from it? How is she gonna? Yeah, it's a shame. It's really disappointing.
Do you think she really body shamed someone?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know any of it. I want to do it. My initial thought is believe these people because yeah, it's probably extremely hard to come out and be like, yeah, I was so excited to work for this who I thought was an icon and this boss, and then this is how she treated me. It's embarrassing. Nobody wants to come out and say that.
I love that you said that because it takes a tremendous amount of courage for someone to come forward on someone as high level as Lizzo
Yeah.
and share their story, especially because you have the people who are diehard saying, well, like, what did you do?
Yes.
Then your past is looked into and all of these things, anything they can use to discredit you and your truth is what they're going to use. Like, it's not an easy spot to be in.
No, and it shouldn't be embarrassing, but I'm just saying I get if some people feel that way. I was watching a TikTok about a girl who said that. She was like, I was embarrassed because I looked up to this woman and this is how I was treated. So,
Oh, my hell.
yeah, that's a bummer.
Well, thank God I didn't have to go in and delete any of her music because I don't even have any on my phone. I do not like her music. The only song I have on my phone is dun, 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 na, 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 na.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of them, I'm like, please turn it off.
It was like a summer vibe for me last summer. I
Oh,
know.
no.
Oh,
So
no.
was it a horrendous summer for you then? Just kidding. We are finally filming Vanderpump Rules, and that means my schedule is absolutely crazy. And the last thing I have time to do is cook. That is why I am obsessed with Factor meals being at my house. Factor is America's #1 meal kit, and they deliver wholesome, convenient meals right to my door. It saves me so much time and ensures that we're all eating well. There's no prepping, chopping, cooking, or even cleanup with Factor meals. They're fresh, never frozen, and only take 2 minutes to heat up. Factor offers over 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, and they even offer Gourmet Plus options too. The feature premium ingredients like leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus. And this is one of my new favorite Factor offerings, Lunch to Go. These are ready to eat, no microwave needed. They have grain bowls, salad toppers. You can throw them in your bag and eat them when you're ready. That's why we all love the Factor smoothies too. Get the banana strawberry. It is absolutely delicious. Factor has calorie smart meals with around 550 calories per serving and protein plus meals with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. And they have keto and vegan plus veggie choices. So get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Go to factormeals.com/Lala50 and use code LALA50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code LALA50 at factormeals.com/Lala50 for 50% off your first box. I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned. Doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant, doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned how to snowboard, also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see the terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match. Give Them Lala is sponsored by AG1, the daily foundation nutrition supplement that helps support whole body health. I just started taking AG1. I drink it every day, usually first thing in the morning. I wanted something that would help my energy and my overall health, and I didn't want to take handfuls of vitamins and pills to do that. AG1 is a powder. I mix a scoop of it in my water and I just drink it. I'm not going to lie, I was worried about the taste, but let me tell you, it's actually very good. It's not chalky and it doesn't have a weird aftertaste, which always freaks me out. I was surprised how good it is. And I'm honestly already feeling the benefits. I have so much more energy and I'm not completely wiped out after a long day of filming. I love that. Like I said, I put 1 scoop in water every day, and that 1 scoop gives me 75 minerals, vitamins, and probiotics. So I can't wait to see what this does for my skin, my hair, my nails. It's going to be amazing. AG1 also has these single serving packets, which I can just toss in my bag and take with me when I travel to Palm Springs or anywhere else I go. It's very convenient and easy. Self-care is important, and this is just one way to treat yourself and your body well. I know you'll be obsessed with AG1. I am already, just from the energy boost I'm getting. So if you want help taking ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. You know how much I love free. Go to drinkag1.com/Lala. That's drinkag1.com/Lala. Check it out today. Okay, RHONY, a little bit heavy. A little bit of a heavy episode.
Yes. Yes. I love these women.
Are they not great?
Especially last night when I watched the half episode 4 and then 3. I love these women.
I love them so much.
I
could watch them. Brynn is, can we give her pink moment in her interview look?
Yes.
I mean, the makeup was flawless. The dress was like sexy but chic. Hair was on point. It was so good.
So good.
And I feel like they were like born to do this. Like it doesn't, when I first watched Real Housewives of Salt Lake, their first season, I was like, okay, this is going to be a minute before they ease into the fact that there's cameras watching them.
Mm-hmm.
With RHONY, not at all.
It's like season 4 energy.
It totally is.
They just all seem comfortable. And I don't think who did we talk about last week? And they're like, some people are thinking she's producing herself. In this
Brynn.
episode, I didn't see that.
No.
Not at all.
I loved her story
Yes.
this episode.
Yes.
Like when she goes in to get her hair done and talks about how it was like she goes and does this once a week. There's a lot of hair. And then she talks about how her mother is white, her father is black. Her grandmother, who's white, raised her. And her grandmother had a friend who was a black woman and gave Bryn's grandmother this salon to take Bryn to get her hair done. And Bryn talks about how that was the first time that she was able to like see these like strong black women, her community that she really didn't get to be part of because of just the way her family, the grandmother taking over. And she talks about how her grandmother doesn't even realize the impact that had on her life.
I know. I know.
I got like choked up about it.
Yeah. No, it was beautiful. And she's just such a gracious, beautiful human.
Well, with everything she had gone through, like she really opened up. It's really interesting. So if you watch her talk to her friends, so they do a Bryn's giving,
yeah.
right? And to watch her open up to her group of friends about what she went through as a child and like diapers going unchanged and her being left behind and people not checking on her for days on end. And she was only 6 months old. And then she's in her interview and the producer is asking to like talk about it and she literally cannot. And they're like, today? And she's like, not ever. She's clearly deeply affected by it. And I truly cannot imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks about how the two people, your mom and your dad, are supposed to be the ones to protect you and love you unconditionally. And on this podcast, like last week, we were talking about Santa Claus, right? And a lot of people thought it was very funny, right? This podcast is for adults. We're here to just like have fun, laugh. But being a parent is such an honor. It is most certainly not a right. You don't just get to be one, right?
Yeah.
So when I had Ocean and kind of my view of the world, and yes, I sit here and I'm like, Santa's not taking credit for gifts. Santa will absolutely be around. Anything that is magical and allows my child to have imagination will most certainly be in the home. So when you hear about parents who treat it like it's just like like being a parent is like such a right and it's whatever. And granted, you have to assume that Bryn's parents were sick.
Yes. Well, especially
There
the way
was I'm sure they struggled with addiction.
Yeah, and like she said they didn't love me, and then she said they couldn't.
They couldn't.
Because she's obviously processing. It's maybe wasn't a choice on their end as much as maybe some others. Like you said, maybe they were sick or
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many reasons that she may talk about and her feelings towards it that we will never know. But to hear someone like Bryn talk about her past and then to see just what a beautiful human she is today is like pretty inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the luxury of meeting her. She's friends with Pandora, so we've crossed paths. But she just seems to like really love life.
That's what I was looking for. Like, appreciate and love life. Like, her
Right.
energy. There's something about her that I feel like you could be around her and you feel like a better person.
Right.
Yeah.
Like she's the one that makes the party.
100%. She's the one that's always invited. And if she can't come, it's like,
Kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Like you miss her.
Yes.
I liked this episode and the way that they edited it because they also showed Uba talking to someone who's kind of like a mentor to her. She has Uba Hot, which is a hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to figure out, where to go from here. And she feels alone. And her mentor says, you have a lot of friends who really love you. And she's like, but it's not my mom. And that was like taking a bullet because I can relate to that, where no matter what you feel and how great your friends are, I'm surrounded by many great people. But the day that my mom is no longer around, like I will be lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have tissue.
No, we don't need tissue. I'm going to suck it up. No, it was just like, it was a beautiful RHONY episode, but it was like heavy kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is happening right now? This is Give Them Lala podcast.
It's
So
a
why are
heavy
we
no, this
crying?
is beautiful. This is a
But I
beautiful
like the way that they edit it because it made there were two stories happening at once. Bryn, who had the lack of that mom and dad support, and Uba, who so desperately misses it.
Mhm.
And I just thought it was like a really beautiful episode. We really saw these women in a different light. And sometimes all of these shows have different production companies, but I do love it when the production company hones in on the struggles
Mhm.
and like the background of why people are the way they are. And it doesn't always have to be some giant explosive fight.
Yeah.
The scenes of people talking about their heartache and what they missed out on as kids is just as interesting.
Just as interesting, if not more. It makes that human we're watching more dynamic on screen. It's like, "Oh, yeah, of course." And also with you getting emotional about it, let's, be honest. It's like, how you've lost a parent. So
Right.
you can apply the feeling and then even just thinking about your mom, like, I can't
Can't
even
even
go
go
there.
there.
So of course you're gonna feel that way. I couldn't even imagine losing a parent, let alone 2. So with Uba and her mom, like, of course you know how that feels.
Yeah, she was just so sweet and raw about it. I like
Yeah.
really, really enjoy watching these group of women.
Me too. I love her too. She's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
I loved so last week, we'll get to a lighter note. I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened,
Do
you
not
guys.
apologize for that. You're
um,
connecting. Yeah.
we're connecting. So they're in RHONY, they're finally back
Mhm.
in the city after going to the Hamptons. And apparently Jessel refers to Aaron, Bryn, and Uba as cackling hags. Okay? I can't.
No, Uba being like, what was
What
she?
is what is a cackling hag? Watching her not understand what it was, because it's like, really, what is it? Because I wouldn't use a cackling hags to describe any of those women.
No.
So I was also a little confused. But watching her be so, and then like looking it up, what it
Googling it.
means, I was like, that's so rude.
And I love what this I don't know if she said this during that moment, but she's like, "I'm watching a French film. I don't understand
I'm
what's
watching
going
a
on."
French
She's
film.
like,
That's just so amazing. Uba with the coconut milk that she
"Oh,
found at the restaurant in last week's episode or 2 weeks ago, and wanting it because it's really hard to find, and her
yeah."
obsession with provisions. They don't need to do anything but just like like putter around the kitchen and
Yes.
like talk about provisions and
I
like how caviar is not enough for a meal. It most certainly is. I used to go to Beverly Hills Hotel on the reg for caviar and champagne.
That sounds so good with the little potato things,
Oh my gosh.
whatever they're called.
It's
Ugh,
enough for every meal. But yes, the episode was so good. And
so good.
they left us at the moment where it said to be continued, where Bryn is gonna, like, I guess, really open up about all of the women were visibly upset
Mhm.
about what she was saying.
Yep.
Second you hear a 6-month-old is being left with an unchanged diaper, it's like, what is going on? And then it takes you to a place where, like, you have these men and women who are in partnerships and they wanna have families, and it's such a struggle to have a baby, and you're like, "Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Make it make sense."
Right, and then you have parents out there who are it's like, why do you even have children if you're not gonna care for them or love them? Yeah,
Being a parent is the funnest thing on the face of the earth.
I'm excited to be a parent one day.
You're gonna be a parent one day. I want 500 children.
Fingers crossed, you talking about this sibling for Ocean. I cannot wait to care for a pregnant Lala.
You know it's happening,
Ugh.
Jess.
I can't wait,
I can't wait.
God willing.
You're right. Because again, I got pregnant with Ocean when I was like, what, 29?
Mhm.
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna be 33.
Yeah,
You never know what changes in the bod,
right.
but I'm really, really freaking excited.
Oh.
Um, so there's that. I cried on this episode. What the hell was that? That was very strange.
I loved it because you used to do that a lot. There used to be at least 1 tear per episode.
I know. But now I'm feeling really vulnerable because my friends are here.
Right.
Like they're seeing it happen.
And I know you feel vulnerable. I think it's beautiful. I'm so Because you just connect with that Lala. We just talked about it, me and Easton and you on this episode. It's like the vulnerable Lala. Everyone
Vulnerable.
needs to connect with her.
So then you guys should consider yourselves lucky. We're connected as fuck. All right, Jessica, I want to hear.
Oh, no.
We're at it's that time. I want to hear what is the ache of the week, and then what is your relief?
I'm literally sweating. My heart is racing. Okay. Can't believe I'm going to talk about this on the podcast. I'll start with the relief because it makes the ache that much more painful. The relief was, it was my birthday on Saturday, August 5th. My relief is that my friends, Nick and Joe, Nick Berry, Joe Schmelzer, are just the most amazing two guys ever. They opened up their home for me to have a little birthday party. Joe was up at like 5 a.m. making guacamole. Like the house was gorgeous. They just are amazing. And that's what they did for me. And Joe missed out on Taylor Swift that night.
Oh, wow.
Third row.
You.
Third row.
What?
Third row with Nick. And people were staying later and he wanted to like make sure the party didn't have to end. So he didn't go to Taylor. And it was supposed to be like 1 to like 5. And he was like, no. They're just the best. So that's my relief. I'm obsessed with them. I love them so much. My ache is that we had tacos and margs, right? So I drank a decent amount, but all day I was good. Like I felt good. We were in the pool. And then at one point in time, I remember this, blackout.
No, it was like lights out just randomly.
Not only that, lights out. Everyone's in the pool. And I just remember taking a last sip of my margarita and I could taste the like watermelon juice and tequila go down. And all I remember is like feeling like I got to take a nap on the pool and I'm laying on the ledge of the pool and then without even thinking just throw up in the pool. No, I did. Oh my God.
Where people were swimming.
Where people were swimming right in front of them. Right in front of them. And it was like I spit up my drink and it was like my drink. So thank God. Awful that I didn't eat all day because we started so early drinking, but also it wasn't like chunky or anything. It was just the watermelon juice, but threw up. It's floating in the pool.
Oh my God,
everyone's going like,
up.
No, it was disgusting, humiliating. Everyone's like, oh my God. Kyle like picks me up. He's like, we're going upstairs just so I could like be in front of the bathroom. This is in Nick and Joe's pool.
They're pissed that they missed Taylor Swift for your drunk ass.
And then I have all these people, and the friends there were like some first timers that I was hanging out with.
Hold on, did they all go like this? Ew!
No, they were all so nice. Nobody got out of the pool.
Are you joking? You were all twisted.
Lala, I'm talking 2 people from our office building were there.
Shut.
The first time I ever hung out with them.
Loon? Oh, no.
Loon. And they saw me, like, I texted everyone the next day. I'm like, I have not been that way since high school. I'm not kidding.
They're like, we're that way every weekend. We're constantly throwing up in pools.
And then the rest of the night, I'm just in the bathroom getting sick. And, like, everyone ended up leaving, texting me the next day.
What happened with Jake and Amy? The parents.
Oh, my God. This has only happened 4 times in my life where I have to call Jake and Amy because number 1, Jake puts me in check. And number 2, Amy makes me feel better about everything. She's like, you're fine. Everyone does it. It's a mistake. So I wake up at Nick and Joe's house with Kyle on the bathroom floor with Kyle next to me at 4:30 a.m. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? I was like, I have to call my mom and dad. I call my mom and dad and they did it. My dad put me in check. He's like, you're 32. Like you should have known. And like,
oh, Jake wasn't messing around.
No, he was like, come on, Jess. And then my mom was like, sweetie, everyone does it. It was your birthday. Thank God you didn't get hurt. Like, so I got that and I just needed that. Kyle, by the way, was amazing. You needed some
structure.
I needed some structure. Kyle took care, that was another, of course, took care of the party, slept on the floor with me, got me up the next day. He was like, you're good. Like you had a fun time. I was just.
Marry that man.
I don't know. He's like a godsend. He's the best. So
I don't know. I kind of feel like it was your birthday. Throw up in a couple pools. Whatever. You know?
I told them because Kyle and I are going to Hawaii with Nick and Joe. And I was like,
I'm coming too,
I
bitch.
know, and Lala's coming. But I was like, I promise I don't get this way. And they're like, it's fine. You're fine.
We can only hope you do at least once.
I can't believe I told that. Okay, let's hear your ache and relief so we can move on.
I'm thrilled for you.
Thank you.
You deserve that. You work real hard, honey. You deserved that moment. Okay, I'm gonna read this because this is my ache of the week. Marine Land Antibes in France plans to export their orcas to another marine park. It has been confirmed. Okay, so everyone knows I love my orcas, right? I'm empty the tanks, send them to seaside sanctuaries. It is beyond me how people can still go and support these types of amusement parks. Okay, so rumors were circulating in May that these orcas were going to be transferred to Suma Sea World Park in Japan in 2024. Now, these orcas have never been separated, okay? They're family. And everyone knows that orca pods are together until death. They do not separate. They have a part of the brain that processes emotion on a more intelligent level than humans, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They will now be separated. It makes me sick to my stomach. They will be of very high value, some of them, because of breeding purposes, which then just makes it so more orcas are going to be in captivity. One of the male orcas is sick often and has behavioral issues. Now, this means like a lot of oral infection. And this is because orcas are not supposed to be kept in tanks. So they start self-destructing. They get very violent towards people we've seen. If you've seen Blackfish, they ram themselves into the concrete. They chew on metal. It's absolutely devastating. And I know this is another heavy topic, but the tank that they've been in is 11 million gallons. It's the largest tank in the world. Wherever they're moved will be much smaller. Now, these orcas are a part of the dolphin family. Highly intelligent. They swim hundreds of miles a day. Each pod has their own hunting technique. No one pod is the same. So if you guys give a damn, let's stop supporting these places, no matter where you go. Whether you're in France, Japan, stop going. It's not cool. Get educated. I'm over it. Don't want to see stories like this anymore. My relief of the week, on a lighter note, is the fact that the podcast on YouTube is absolutely killing it. And I want to thank you guys so much. Episodes on YouTube of the podcast come out on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure, I know you guys are listening to this on a Wednesday, but just know you'll be able to see it on Friday. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you bump gums in the comments section. Give us tips. Tell us you love us. Tell us what we could work on. I want to hear it all. Try to save the hate, though. If it's not constructive, I'm not trying to see it. This is a place of love and support and fun. I want to thank you guys so much for showing just all the love in the world.
All the
Sometimes I
love.
wonder, I'm like, for me?
Of course,
Love
for
me.
you. I want to shout out really quick the TikTok channel. We now have a Give Them Lala podcast TikTok, and Instagram. Give Them Lala Pod. But all the clips that you're mentioning are on those pages.
Yes, and because you linked the podcast page on Instagram to TikTok,
Mhm.
the podcast IG has changed, y'all. So it's Give Them Lala Pod.
Mhm.
You can go there and see little clips and all of that goodness. All right, there it is. I hope you guys have a wonderful hump day. We hit all the notes today. Lucky us. I hope it was a happy ending. It was for me. These are what my happy endings look like these days.
Oh, no.
I love y'all. Have the best rest of the week, and I will catch you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you next week.